Adios. Well, the CONCACAF W Gold Cup kicks off right here on Paramount Plus and the Golazo Network tomorrow through March 10th. You can watch all of these matches on Paramount Plus. So, as we mentioned, the U.S. will take on the Dominican Republic in their first group stage matchup. Ali Krieger. Lots to dive into here ahead of this W Gold Cup. For you, when you think about the identity of this U.S. team, because this is, we're entering a new era, if you will. What are you hoping to see from this side in this competition?
Well, now we have a fresh start. It's a new year, new coaches coming in with a new mentality, just a new principles, new tactics. I think now that we see a lot of other teams around the world are catching up, and we are no longer always going to be the fittest, fastest, strongest team out there. So this is a good first test for us, especially with a bunch of new players. We're young, we're very talented, but now the question for me is if we can play as a team and not just as individuals. In the past 5 years, it's just been a little bit too individualistic for me. The leadership might have been lacking. So I hope that with the coaching change and the leadership change that we can implement a more identity that is very clear and consistent.
Ali, for me, I just want to know, I don't like to put people on the spot, not my style, but Ali, what's going to be deemed acceptable for US in this competition?
We have to win.
Okay, that's
always what the expectation is.
With everything that's happened, right? They have to win this.
The only thing I don't like is the fact that Emma Hayes still isn't here.
Yeah.
So if you don't win, there's still but she's coming. You know what I mean? There's almost like there's a little bit of a safety net there. And I feel like with what happened in the World Cup, the U.S. absolutely have to show out. I mean, they're going to play Dominican Republic. As excited as I am for two Caribbean teams to get into this competition, typically don't, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, you should be bodying Dominican Republic. You should be absolutely destroying.
But isn't that the same arrogant attitude that U.S. have had for so long, and now they're being shown up? And then when you look at,
I didn't say they will. I said they should. The expectation needs to be that you absolutely dominate these competitions.
Yeah, but then this is what I'm saying. It's people like us. We have this platform to say that, and this is what gets carried around the world. Like for someone else with social media and everything like that, they're going to see that American guy passionate about his country saying, US women should come and dominate. That's a bit of the wrong messaging to say sometimes, because they've got to earn the right. And Ali probably could add to this. Are you worried about the lack of leadership in in the US national team right now?
Yes and no, it's different. I mean, you have Lindsey Horan, you have Rose Lavelle, you have Becky Sauerbrunn now just because Alana Cook has been injured. You have Naomi Girma, who's young but very, very talented and hopefully in the future will, enter that captain role, leading the back line. You have Alyssa Nair. You have some players who are still, experienced enough to lead this team to success. But yeah, I am a little bit worried, especially because the new team hasn't played together for too long. But going back to playing against the Dominican Republic and these teams who we usually play in World Cup qualifiers or Olympic qualifiers, it's very difficult because they pack it in. So you have to now find different ways to be able to break those defenses down. And that's been really hard, against a Haitian team. For us, in the past, we've only won maybe 1-0. And so these are the games that are going to be most difficult. And that's why I'm curious to see how we start and how we can break and disorganize these defenses who are very compact.
So along with the United States in Group A, we've got Mexico, Argentina, and the Dominican Republic. Ali, of those teams, who do you think has the potential to give the U.S. the hardest time?
I think both Argentina and Mexico. I think just watching the Mexican League, there's been some brilliant play. I think a lot of those players have really progressed now, not only individuals, but as a collective group. But you have players who are now entering into this professional, more experienced phase, and you can tell that they're investing in their players. You have Benini, who we just saw in Argentina, and they're really fighting to get on the map and to gain the respect of their federations and their fans and supporters to get behind them. And they have to perform well. They have to show up in order for their federations to start to listen and invest even more, because you can see the growth already in the amount of years and the willingness to want to be a part of these big tournaments and be successful and show the world that they can keep up and they can play at this level.
Ali, talk to us about Costa Rica. How high are you on Costa Rica?
Costa Rica has always caused us problems, especially in the qualifiers. You have Raquel Rodriguez leading that midfield, and she's been now, I think, captain for a few years and has done excellent. And she plays in the league now, has just gone to LA from Portland. So she's going to lead that team. I think they do cause some problems. They're not afraid to put us on their heels at the very beginning, and I think they're going to do a great job starting in this tournament because you have this willingness to want to do well in order to get, on the main stage for these teams, and this is a tournament where they can really showcase themselves and as individuals but as a team. And I think Costa Rica has always caused us issues, so that game will be very interesting in this group stage.